just press the go live and recording buttons. Hopefully, the beginning part isn't accidentally removed for any reason like it has been in the past, but tech things happen, right? Even to the best of us. So, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Cassandra, aka The Prosperous Heart, and I am here today with a little bit of something different, but for the Daily Wealth Ninja, which would be me. So I'm sharing with you something that I just think is absolutely amazing and wonderful. And, in this day and age, people need something. They need a plan B. They need other abilities and other opportunities to be able to create more in their life, whether it be income, life, relationships, whatever. We need that. Most of the world, for those, if you're watching this years down the road, we are currently in a shelter in place, which basically means most people do not have a lot of physical contact with other people. And so because I believe it will, but when things get back to at least some semblance of normal, it's having a job. People realize that having a job is not the be all end all because it's not guaranteed. The world is changing, technology is changing. Your ability to create additional income is changing and improving, and you have to be open for those opportunities. And so today, I wanted to share something about one of the things that I am looking to build in myself as well as those around me. And, the reason for this because my biggest passion is to empower others to create success in their life and more wealth, which is part of creating success, in my opinion, right? Wealth does not necessarily mean financial, it could be emotional. And so I want to share with you the information today because of that. And I know how hard it is for a lot of people. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is something that I'm sharing regarding a skill set. It is one of two that I firmly believe embody my favorite parable of where if you give a person a fish, they eat for a day, but if you teach a person to fish, their family eats for generations. And what I'm sharing with you today is something called chart reading or analysis for things like forex, cryptocurrency trading, and even stocks. This is something that was not really available to someone like you or myself until about the invention of the internet. The reason for this is because this type of thing used to be only be available to the rich, the billionaires, possibly even the millionaires at that time. But you also had to be living in New York and all these different places. So what I'm sharing with you today is a very small piece of a skill set that would allow you to be able to potentially create income 24 hours a day, 5 days a week if you're doing forex, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if you're doing crypto trading. So as you can see above, so above my head, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Your outcomes are based off of your level of education, your appetite for risk, and your actions taken. I'm simply sharing with you information that I'm learning to grow my own skill set so that you can also create success in your life. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and dive into that. And for those of you that may not be aware and be like, oh, why did she just tell me this thing? It's kind of a legal thing. If I don't, I could get in trouble. But also, it should be obvious, but there's a reason why the government makes it in trouble if you don't say it. So, three types of analysis, whether it is for stocks, forex, or cryptocurrency trading, is there's three. Like I said, there's three types. I'm going to be sharing with you that. I'm also going to be sharing with you how are they different, as well as which one is the best to use, and also what I prefer to use. So, first of all, the three types of technical analysis and how they are different. The first one is technical analysis. This is my preference for many reasons, but please listen to everything and see what might fit best for you. So, technical analysis is used by traders to study price movement. One of the things that you'll hear most successful traders talk about is you have to see what currently is happening right now, but you also need to look back in history because it will tell you when the market has turned around, when it might have support and resistance zones, when you might be expecting a ceiling or a floor, right? These are all things that have happened before and will happen again. So, technical analysis allows you to really pinpoint your trades based off of price movement and several other pieces. Now, historically, price movements are studied in order to determine where price could go. As I said, what's happened before will happen again. Now, they use lots of different tools in order to create a high probability for success, but the three of the ones that I'm going to mention today are charts, which is they actually look at the charts of where the price action is going and they use that to draw up their analysis. They also use indicators, which might be moving average, Heikin-Ashi candles. It might be Fibonacci retracement. There are so many, right? And you can be successful with all of them or none of them, right? That's what a naked trader is. So the third one is price patterns. So price patterns might be things like double top, which indicates that it's going to uh, go into a sell. There might be engulfing candles, which, depending upon where the price action is going, it might be an indication of, well, actually, what it is, it's just an indication that it's turning. So many other price patterns, right? So those are some of the things that a technical and technical analysis trader might use to make their educated decision on how to create high probability for success and earn additional income. The second one is fundamental analysis. This includes political, social, and economic news in order to gauge how the market could do with what's happening in the world right now. This is also used along with a country's economic outlook, or excuse me, a potential economic outlook, and all kinds of different data like that. So, for example, if a certain country does well, their currency should do well, but there's more to it than that. But that's the general idea. Now, the uses, excuse me, those who are using uh, fundamental analysis use things like the news, rumors about what's happening in a country, interest rates, unemployment, some various economic calendars, right? They might also use Bloomberg.com or Bloomberg TV or forexfactory.com. All of these are things that might be used under a fundamental analysis trader's tool belt in order to create high probability for success. Now, what's awesome about this is that coupled with the technical analysis really gives you a better insight on what's going on with that currency because it just goes hand in hand. So number three, the third type of analysis, whether it's for stocks, forex, cryptocurrencies, etc., is sentimental analysis. Now this is a little bit different than fundamental analysis because it's more about an overall feeling of the market, right? It's not as important to understand every detail of the news, such as, what happened in the farmer industry or um, the coronavirus happening right now, right? It's more important to gauge how people are responding to the news and how it actually shows up in the market, right? So normally this is lumped into fundamental analysis, but here's the thing. The market is all about psychology anyway. I mean, if you look at, I think it's called I'll look it up, but there's a chart that actually shows the humans' emotions that happen during a rally and a pullback, and it's all about human emotions. So those are the three types of analysis. How are they different? And then finally, which is best to use? Now, this answer might surprise you, but the answer is simply that it depends on how you are going to choose on how you're going to trade. Now, you can trade successfully with one or all of them, right? But you have to figure out what's best for you. Just like if you are going to be a scalper or a day trader or an intraday trader or, whatever, it's up to you. It's how your schedule works and what you're willing to put in. If you are willing to read through all the reports of a fundamental analysis and try and figure out the economy that's going on there and base it off of the people's opinions and try and figure it out from that versus looking at a chart and going, all right, well, based on history, 80% of the time it's going to do X because I see it's doing Y. And based on this chart over here, we see that the pattern is following, right? A little bit more for me, it's a little bit more of a picture in front of me than just trying to piece all of the human nature into it. So those are just some of the things that I want to share today. Thank you so much for joining. Again, my name is Cassandra, aka the Daily Wealth Ninja. Hope you have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day. If you got value from this, please hit that thumbs up button or the little heart, if you really loved this one. Sprinkle it amongst your friends and family. And if you want to hear more, be sure that whatever platform you're seeing this on, that you turn the follow on. If you're on Facebook, it should be, I think if you tap on this button or tap on this video, there should be like a turn on follow or turn on all notifications or whatever. And if you're on YouTube, which this will be repurposed there should be like a little icon right here to subscribe and click the little bell to be notified. So that's what I wanted to share. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day. And I will see you in the next one.